This is single push hand on a plain circle with fixed steps, meaning they're not taking any steps. It's a plain horizontal circle, nothing fancy. And of course, they're using one hand. What still applies here is the concept of ward off, roll back, press and push. A lot of people think those things are different movements or separate ideas or concepts. They're not. Tai Chi works off of the concept of a circle, and we stay on a circle. If we can name the top of the circle, we might say it's ward off. Then we go down to roll back, then into press, and then push. So imagine a car tire that's spinning. It serves different functions. If your car is sitting on ice and the tire's just spinning, and I take a piece of, let's say, cardboard, and I put it underneath your car tire, when you step on the gas, that tire is going to turn, and it's going to make contact with that cardboard. That could be considered the ward off phase. That tire is then going to suck that cardboard underneath the tire. That's roll back or pulling back, and it's going to shoot that piece of cardboard out the back. That's your push, throwing it out. But there's only one circle being made. We just named the different activities that happen during the course of that circle. That's what Tai Chi is, it's a circle. We just try to help people learn by saying something's ward off, or this is roll back, or this is press, or this is push. But it's not. Those are different names for one circular movement. It just depends on what happens during that circle. So, once again, I'm going to step in. So we're touching hands here. This is my ward off here. Rock is going to push. I'm going to come in and roll back, press, push. Here, same thing. When he pushes, I'm going to yield, right? I'm going to roll back. If I continue to roll back, I can take Rock off balance, let him push himself off balance. So if you see, it's the one circle is going on here. Now, why do I wait before I teach single push hand as opposed to double push hands? Because most people cannot imagine how you get power coming out of a single hand. They can imagine better using two hands here and getting power by pressing 2 points, but actually firing one single point is very little difficult. So what we want to do is when he comes in, two things are happening. I'm rotating my body to yield and neutralize here. He's coming, I'm letting him come past me. Every time he comes in, I'm letting him go past me. Taking his energy, letting it go past, and then I'm rotating back and letting my energy come out. Okay? We're using the legs to do that. This isn't the arm. When he pushes, I rotate out of the way, but I'm loading up my opposite leg. Left leg, right hand. When I get back, my left leg straightens out. My right arm begins to straighten out in a curved fashion and goes towards the center. So what we end up with is neutralizing and pushing. Neutralizing, pushing. Every time he comes in, I want to redirect his energy. It's a little different because you only have 1 point, one contact point as opposed to two. When we were pushing two hands, I had his wrist, I had his elbow. It's easy to see. The control point to take him. Utilizing one control point is a little bit more difficult to see, so I like to wait before we practice. Single push hands. You notice? In. So each time you want to relax, and relax your arm as if it's just like a string of spaghetti. Your legs and waist do all the work, and you let your arm come out. That way he doesn't feel it coming. He doesn't feel any tension. There's no tip-off as to what's going on. I can go around, I can touch him each and every time that I do this motion. Over time, it becomes very explosive. If he's punching me, if he's fighting me, it's the same thing. So ward off, same basic type of ward off. Here, he could come in, strike here. It could be here, come in, elbow, any strike. But it's the same way, to yield, neutralize. So yield, neutralize, attack. Yield, neutralize, attack. This is what the form doesn't give you the ability to understand the energy that comes from another individual. I'm going to turn this way, slightly different view. As you see, when he comes in, my body turns this way. Now you see, if my body only turns this way, he's on target. But as I continue to give way and let my arm comes past, he gets guided past me here. So as he comes in, I sit, and then I turn. I sit, and then you see the roundness of the arm. Not just the circle that comes around this way, but also I'm still spiraling with my forearm. Either way, I'm spiraling this way, here, and then I unspiral, coming back. I spiral, unspiral, coming back. I'm going to let Sarah come in. And once again, single push hand on a plain circle. Notice, you still have to sit, you still have to yield, you still have to neutralize. We're just using one arm. He turns this shoulder, and that moves this shoulder out of the way. Now he turns back, and the same thing with Sarah. So she comes right at his center, and what does he do? He yields, neutralizes, and here, and then he turns, and this turns right back over again. So do this over and over and over. The idea is to build up the sensitivity to where you can turn, to where you can yield and get out of the way. Do it in a non-competitive mode. Remember, the idea here is to build a skill set, not to throw each other around.